Money FM 89.3. Best of breakfast. Companies to watch.
All right, 1st of July, and we've got something special for you this time for companies to watch. Of course, Dan Ko joining me.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning,
Seems
Dan.
like today we've got little competition between ourselves.
A little competition.
Yeah, I've prepared a stock that I will be focusing or tracking for this 1 month, while Ryan has also got one in his inventory.
Yeah. So the whole idea is to pick one and see how it goes for the rest of the month.
That's
Just write it and see if we, in that sense, picking winners for the rest of the month.
Yeah, so ideally, hopefully either one of the stocks does better, and we'll review again at the end of the month how one or the other stock does. So
purely on share price, no dividends, no nothing else, just share price.
Exactly. Anyways, welcome to Companies to Watch. That's a segment where we spotlight and stock you up with ideas of listed companies that will call for your attention. So we're looking at everything from market trends to risks, as well as hidden gems or warning signs to steer clear of. If you want to be part of the conversation, 8855-0893, text us and tell us whether you're going to be on board with me or Ryan. Okay, Ryan, I'll start today. Okay, and today's stock in focus for me and for the month of July has to be the world's largest subscription streaming audio service by market share.
Okay.
I know you listen to many types of music, right?
I do.
What are you listening to now?
These days, V-pop. You heard of V-pop before?
Oh,
From
still?
Vietnam?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think a few years ago it was T-pop from Thailand. So I like to explore new genres, and it's interesting to see what else is out there besides your usual pop.
You've got that Southeast Asia fever, huh?
I am quite impartial to K-pop as well.
Okay, fair enough.
J-pop at some point.
Okay.
Yeah, any genre that's nice.
Well, I see you explore a lot. That's very good, because we're turning over to Spotify. That's a music and podcast streaming service platform that services through subscription-based and ad-supported models.
Okay.
And it's not just a music platform anymore. And here are some of the reasons as to why I've chosen the stock for this month. It's evolved into a full-blown audio empire, and over the just past 3 years, the stock is up over 500%, and it's been on a tear this year, recently hitting an all-time high of around $785. So that is prompting some major analysts to jump in with confidence, with UBS raising their price target to $895 from $680, and the Bank of America also following suit with a $900 target, calling it at an inflection point in profitability. As of last night, Spotify shares closed off at $767.34. That's up almost 67% year to date. And if we look at how they've performed in their recent quarterly earnings, the first quarter results show that they've crushed it, with monthly active users hitting 678 million. That's up 10% year over year. Premium subscribers up 12%. Total revenue grew by 15%. And here's the more impressive part. Spotify posted a record 509 million euros in operating income, and a free cash flow soared over 158% year over year. So according to CEO Daniel Ek, the underlying data at the moment is very, very healthy. Engagement remains high, retention is strong, and thanks to their freemium model, people would have the flexibility to stay even when things feel more uncertain. And with, just integration of tools like AI-powered discovery and new premium tiers, they're actively pushing revenue per user up and not just growing the base. And UBS did cited several growth catalysts for Spotify, including the expansion of audiobooks into new markets, the launch of new subscription tiers, price increases, and advertising growth that it's likely to enhance monetization and sustain approximately 16% of foreign exchange neutral revenue growth through 2028. And the outlook aligns with Spotify's current revenue growth of about 17.24% and strong financial health.
Okay.
So even in the face of competition from the likes of Apple Music, Amazon, and YouTube Music, I do think that, the fact that analysts continue to raise their price targets and investors flocking to the stock, as well as how it's performed for much of this year, it does shows how Spotify still is set to solidify its position as the dominant player in the global audio streaming market.
Quite dominant, and I think it's a go-to place for people to find new podcasts, including The Breakfast Show or Friday Night Live and so on. And I think you've noticed as well, you've got this video element that you can kind of use as well. So it's not just a listening experience, you can also view your podcast, for some at least. So I like how it's been able to continue to lead in that space.
Yeah. So that's my stock pick for the month. And Ryan, what have you got?
All right. Well, for me, I am picking a social media company. And it's probably something you've used before and still use. It's Meta. All right. So Meta, of course, is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp. And I think for most people on the planet, they've used one of these services. And I like it for a few reasons. One is that you have a few things going this year for Meta. Among them, of course, is its continued drive towards AI. And not too long ago, we talked about this as well, how it's pushing its WhatsApp into a new stage of monetization, where it is rolling out in time to come advertising or subscriptions for folks who want to have a different service or experience of sorts, right? Your B2B experience, or rather your business is trying to communicate with you on a channel, they will be able to do so in a more structured way. And then you can see, I suppose, WhatsApp monetizing that channel. I think in time to come, Instagram will also have that kind of direction where it is going to be monetizing more of your content. And I think if you already go through the Instagram experience, to some extent, there is a bit of that in some ads that you have to see. And then, of course, with Facebook, that already is, to some extent, seeing a lot of monetization opportunities where businesses try to reach out to you. They have their own page. And then to transact with them, you can just do so with a click of a button. So all that is money for Meta. So I like those things going for Meta. And if you look at the share price, right now it's actually hitting an all-time high. So year to date, I'm looking at it up some 23%. So it's at around $738.
Wow.
And if you look at where we are right now in terms of the consensus forecast, interesting enough, it is above consensus forecast right now. So the consensus is at 700 and I believe 20.
You're on shaky grounds, Ryan.
So the average call or price being set by the consensus forecast is already surpassed. So I am expecting that they will revise their forecast in light of the latest surge overnight at least. So the top of the end of the spectrum, if you just disregard the average price, is around 800 plus, 900 plus. So some ways to go if you're on the more optimistic end of things. Okay, just for context, the worst of the lot is around 500. So you have a few more pessimistic views around Meta. So you can kind of tell it's a stock that leaves people divided. Where is it going? And then are they going to get enough ROI on their investments in all the AI stuff? And then you've got the goggles as well. I'm not sure if you're a big fan of augmented reality glasses.
I've always wanted to try it, but the one problem I have is motion sickness. So I use it for like 10-15 minutes and I start to get a little bit nauseous.
That's quite strange for a guy who rides fast on his bike.
I guess when I'm in control of the machine, I suppose that is easier for me to at least manage the way I feel. But I like that you picked the Meta as well, because it comes on the backdrop of Zuckerberg announcing the debut of Meta's super intelligence group with more hires. So apparently if you fit the requirements, this might be a good opportunity for you, because it comes as, he's been fiercely hiring lots of these AI professionals amid stiff competition from rivals like OpenAI and Google parent Alphabet. And amid this AI surge, I think he's playing to this trend of company trying to integrate more AI features into their companies. And hopefully this plays out well for them. I believe they've already hired quite a significant number of people with quite a good level of AI prowess.
Yeah, a lot of hiring on the AI front. So I guess in time to come, end of the month, we'll see for all Meta. Or will it be music to your ears? by the end of the month for Spotify.
I like to hear Ryan cry. And that's all we have for today's Stock in Focus, and for the month in focus, Spotify and Meta.
Before acting on the information on Money FM, please consider if it's suitable for your own investment objectives, financial situation, and risk tolerance. To listen to more great interviews, download our podcasts at audio.sg or download the audio app. That's AWEDIO, audio at the App Store and Google Play.